Hello everyone, welcome back to Farm Simulator 22. Okay, so I've had to, well, not stop, but we're not even a quarter of the way through the whole thing yet, and the sugar factory is pretty much full to the brim. The only issue is that this truck cannot get up here. Yeah, it's pretty full. I think this would be the last load that it goes in. So what we'll be doing is we'll be going to buy a silo. And I got all the silage bales done. They actually didn't take that long. Well, with the modified bale wrapper. I just changed the animation speed on it from 1 to 100, so it's 100 times quicker. I think this will be the last lot. Now, I'm going to try and see if I can get a silo in there. I know I did say that before. I don't want it to mess up the whole... Let's see how much can go in here. Oh, takes all that. Let's just see how much there is. Oh, so I'd say 360,000 or so. Anyway, let's go to P. And let's go to silos. And I would like to get some of these here, big ones, but they need an auger. They're 2 million and 6 million. Bit too big for us, but what I want is this one here, which is 800,000. Wonder if 800,000. Let me think here now. So that's... How much of this has it done? Right, so it's done there, just where that mouse is, and it has another 3 times that. So how much does that... Alright, that says 400,000, so if you imagine another 2 of those, I don't think that silo's going to be big enough. That needs silos are used to store crafts. You can also need an auger or conveyor for this silo. That would be good. It's 980,000. Or we can go with the 184 one. Just the only thing is you need an auger beside it. That's a 2 million one. I feel like that would be perfect. So there's a load and unload bay. That would be ideal. And we could put it in between. And if we're putting it anywhere, it'd probably go about there. I think we should try and put it there. Thought I clicked it down for a second. I think if anywhere, it would have to go about here. Let's try it there. Right, I hope that was enough. That's a bit of a... That's a steep incline to it. Oh dear. Oh, maybe not. Let's flatten that back out. I'm gonna take that back in. And smoothing it. That's actually really, really good. It's just I don't like the way there's like a bit of a lip on that bump and then going down. Wonder if we can take it out a bit more. feel like that's as good as we're going to get. And what we'll do is we'll tidy up the painting. Like that. That's us all covered. There we go. Success. Now we've got a big silo. How many things can we store in here? Oh, it needs to be unloaded. Well, at least it's here. Not too far away. So we'll get this here loaded up first, and then we'll put it in. So I think there's only about 2,000 or so less that'll go in there. I'm just gonna put it in follow mode here. There we go. Right, so we'll let that follow up away, but I want to see if we can get multiple grains in there into that big silo. I'm not going to get anything else in between. Yeah, so that's good. I want to see if we can get loads of grains. If we can, that'd be very, very good. Because then at least we can put other things in it, like wheat and stuff. The truck's very underpowered, that's why it's taking ages to get up this hill. There it is. Swing it off here. So what we'll do is we'll fill up first. I want to see if the lorry drives down in here okay. Obviously if you don't go too fast. So we'll go here. It's not actually too bad. There we go. So we'll turn here and go back up the ways. Look at how slow that is. Unplayably so. Alright, so this is the unload one here. What? Where? Where do you put it? Where do you put it? Sugar beet. Store your crops. So where do you normally store it? So you can put another one on the back of it if needed. That's pretty cool. So if you wanted to extend this here, just put one there and that extends it by 250,000 in your heap extension. So where do you put sugar beet? Such a waste of money as it was. There's a bit of a lump there. I think what we'll do is we'll just dump it here on the side. Oh dear. Yeah, we'll dump it. It's actually taking that so long to get up around there. Yeah, actually, for real. I'm gonna have to. Actually, reverse it in and out. Well, there is a bit of a lump there, I suppose. So I'll come up here and turn it around and dump it down beside. Now I use an auger then eventually to dig it out. But that's a bit disappointing you can't put sugar beet in it. So where do you put sugar beet? It's going to have to be dumped here. That's exactly where it's going to have to go. Don't want to do that. I'm gonna have to look at something while that works. Is he gonna follow? Way too far away from it, or what's happening here? There we go. Right. Okay, I'm gonna have to look up to see what is happening. So you probably won't see it on my screen, but I'm gonna do a quick search here to see where to store it. Farming Simulator 22. Where to store sugar beets? How do you store sugar beets? Reddit. Your beet silos. I'm used to being able to store sugar beets in silos, but in the new farm sim, no matter what I do, as the way storage I say, dump them on the ground somewhere, pick up later. They're stored on the ground. Only modded silos can store them. Dump them on the ground then. Don't want to do that. That's very disappointing. Oh, so it's going to be a long game. Or it's going to be pretty much dumping them. Yeah. That's not what I want to do. Anyway, what's going on here? So these have all been done. Lost count of how many there is, and I have put some up in the barn as well, so there's plenty. Let me just go up there and have a look and see what's in it. Let's see how many of those are in it now. There is silage. Why is there grass in there? Oh, because I haven't turned the silage yet. That makes sense. Let's see, that doesn't make any sense. Yeah, so they're turning into silage, so whatever number's in there. Just push them all back in. So it'll take a while for them to ferment. But the ones that are in the field now at the minute, they're going to stay. They're going to ferment and then they're going to be picked up and sold because there's enough in here at the minute to last a few years. At least. Oh, isn't that good? I'll take this here right now. Yeah, there's nothing there to do a couple of years. So what we will do is the next year, what we will do is we'll cut one time for the hay, so that will be just hay bales, and then the rest times will be more silage bales to be sold. Because we don't need that many hay bales. How many is in there? 38. Yeah, one field would do it, just to keep that happy. The other thing as well is over here, that needs to be sorted. So if anything, well, we can't put that into silos. Oh, why is that? Oh yeah, because it can't go up hills. I forgot. Yeah, this is not. It's not a great place up here for turning this vehicle around. So what I usually do is just reverse it around like this here, and then drive it and unload it. We have to come down and just repeat. So let's do that very quickly. But yeah, no, that's unfortunate. We can't store it in that. I wish I had known that about that before getting that, but at least that won't go to waste, because we can use it for grains and stuff. Because eventually we will be. Yeah, it's just the way it is. There we go. Yeah, so we're just gonna have to store that for now. And wait for that thing to come down and just rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. So there's not much else we can do about this here. I really started this here episode just to show that silo getting built there. So we'll just use it for greens and different things, and yeah, it'll come in handy. Which reminds me, did we sell the wheat yet? Sometimes when we didn't sell the wheat yet. What am I looking for here? Oh, I'm in the wrong thing. We're looking to go with this. No, we didn't. 165,000 wheat. So let me see. Wheat. Oh, wrong thing. Wheat is sold in December. All right, November, December. Yeah, that's all right. So we will be selling that eventually to the train station, which is already delivered in. Which kind of makes this here obsolete, really, that big silo, because, well, if wheat's all going to be sold in there, and that's that. Unless you put things like soybeans in there. We'll probably put barley and oats in there. Eventually there will be like a grain factory, so we can use it for extra storage whenever it's needed. I suppose it's better to look for it than look. I'll look at it and look for it. Anyway, let's get this here set back up. So it's going to do a U-turn here. Wonder how many hours it's got left on it. There we are. I did try the unload and that did work, but I got itself caught up and messed around. It's better to do this here on a flat surface, that's for sure. This field's not ideal. Might just change it back to grass. I said that the last one's just done them and other things. I'm sure we'll see. We'll see what happens anyway. It's loading away anyway. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to fast forward the footage and yeah, I'll try and show the end. Let's just see how long is left now. There's another 2.5 hours left, so we're 1.5 hours into it. But yeah, I'll just resume it whenever all this here is done. Okay, let's fast forward. Okay, so that is done. The whole sugar, I was going to say sugarcane. Sugar beet has been lifted and has been delivered to the sugar factory. Now, unfortunately, as you can see here, well, we've had to dump a load of it, and as you see in the last part, we couldn't get it in here because, well, this doesn't accept it for some reason. But I'm almost certain it did in the earlier versions of the game, in like 2013 onwards. But I don't know. Maybe it'll get a mod for it eventually, because I don't like leaving this here. It's just a bit weird. But we'll have to put a conveyor over here to feed that into it. So, yeah. The next thing to do now is skip the months to... Well, we're on October, November, December, and then January. So 3 months. We need to skip because we need to sell that silage. Let me double check. Silage is January. So we're currently in October. So not sold in October. November is canola oil and eggs, and December is hay and straw, but we have none of that to sell, so we're okay. So I think what we'll do is we'll skip 2 months, but what I want to do is want to get this here truck and bring it up to the cow place, because we need to offload the straw. They keep that topped up, because if you go 3 months, they go hungry. Somewhere in between the second and third month, they go hungry. So I don't want to do that. I want them to produce as much milk as possible. Oh wait, hold on. I just realised we're full up to the brim with milk and slurry, so it doesn't really make much of a difference, to be honest. Yeah. Do you know what? We'll just skip it. Yeah, we'll skip the 3 months because it's full to the brim. So it's not like as if we're gonna lose anything. So this brings us on to November, then December, and then January. Oh, that reminds me as well. I must check to see if things don't fill up too much. 3 months is quite a huge jump. Oh, what are we on here? November. Oh, let's check the what do you call it? Things here. Well, that's okay. Clothes are okay. That's okay. That's stopped yet. Furniture. Planks is full to the brim. That's good. Furniture is storing. Chocolate is storing as well. That's alright. And that is stored as well. That's okay. So we'll skip another month here. So I want to keep an eye on this every month it goes, because I don't want things to stockpile too much. Just it causes issues. Not the end of the world, but I'd rather try and save as much money as possible. If all goes well today on this here episode, we could possibly pay off the loan. That's something to think about. Let's check again. Sugar, 100%. That's distributing over. That's okay. That's storing. Furniture and planks, wood chips. That's okay. That's all right. Wool's nearly ended on that, and that's nearly ended on that, and the clothes are okay. So let's do another one, and that's it. Last month. Very good. But it'd be interesting to see how much we get for the silage. But it should be fermented by this stage. I think it's 3 months. I'd be very disappointed if not, because if that is the case, then we're going to have to shift our silage cut a bit further. What is it? Oh, it is silage. Yeah, it's turned to silage. That's good. Yes. Excellent. Now, right, let's check the industries here very quickly again. So we'll go down through the top. So, sawmill. That's alright. That's okay. Clothes are okay. That's going to be stopped now soon enough. That's okay. That's okay. Need to deliver some milk. And that's okay. So first things first. Let's get the cows. Oh, that's in the way. Get that out of the way first. Just going to reverse it back. I got all the... What do you call it? I keep calling it sawdust. It looks like sawdust. Let's go and get this back over. That robot always freaks me out. It's weird looking. Like, I love robots and stuff, but there's something about it. It's like a weird Roomba or something. But yeah, let's get this here moved in. This will probably fill up to the brim as well. it's not actually. You could almost get away with 4 months. Loves bouncing about there. Alright, wait for that to go down so we can go out through the door. We'll fill up as well. Alright, this is first going to spasm out the camera. Oh! What? Oh, because we're. Oh, right, okay, I see. Yeah, it's because we emptied it. I was about to say that's really weird. Usually it doesn't do that. It doesn't prompt you for hay. But as I said in the last part, that we're not going to be doing hay into this place. This is just for straw, because bales are a lot easier to work with. It's different with this here. Also, I need to check the mineral field as well. It hasn't run out. There we go. That's that. Now, I want to try the silage first, but I want to do a test here. Does unwrapping them change the price? I don't think it should. Alright. There's it over there. So we're not going to bother with any of the ones over here because they're in storage. They're for this here only. So that's what they're staying. But that's all that's needed. Any more than that and you're just hoarding too many. Because you don't use it that much. And we will be cutting grass that often that, you know, just whatever is needed. How many of those is there? Quite a lot. Right, let's go down here and start filling up. So we'll try and do one line at a time. Transport and position. Operating position. I missed one there. It's okay. Try and do it line by line. Right, so what we'll do is we'll do a test like this here. We fill this here up to the brim. Is that it? There's a silage bale over there. Yeah, some of them went mad. Whenever I was wrapping them up, some of them went flying. Because they were too close together. So the wrapper was spitting them out and projecting them across the map. I thought I collected them all, though. I had a quick look around, but I must have missed that one. So we'll see how many we get with this. 19, 20, 21. Alright, so 21 bales. So we'll take this here over to animal deal. So we're just interested to see how much we get from this here. At 100% fermentation. So there should be 21, so we should get about 40k for it. It's going to be a lower over and back, but I will skip the footage, but I just want to see this bit here first. So I want to see it with the wrapping on it, and then without the wrapping, just as a quick test, just to see if there's any difference, but I don't think there is. I just can't see a reason why it should be. Because I don't fancy having to run around all the bales and unwrapping them if it is actually cheaper. Oh, if it's not cheaper, if it's I get more for it. Oh, bit of an understeer. Right. Okay, 43,000, okay. So let's write that down. Where is my pen? Or my pencil? 43,921. Right. Let's keep an eye on that number. And we'll go and we'll do the same thing and see if unwrapping them does any different. If not, we just collect them all. But yeah, we'll see what happens anyway. But I've worked it out, we should be getting about 750k out of all this. About that. So if it's 40k a line, 12 lines, 12 fours, it's 48. Is it? No, well, I forgot there, I had to get more. Right, we'll start down here. I probably should start off with the first ones, but I will do that whenever I skip. I just want to do it now for handiness. Now you might be wondering, well, how am I going to unwrap them when they're on the trailer? Well, we'll do it now in a second. I'll show it. So I'll collect them all first here. So there's a whole line there got. So what we do is we unload it and load it here. Then I get out and unwrap these. There we go. What's that? Alright. Well, I don't want that on it. There we go. And we load it back up again. There we go. And we go into transport position and we take these on over. I'm just going to cut through over here. It's quicker. But I think we should get roughly the same. So 43921. We should get the exact same. If anything, it should be less. Because there's no wrapping on it. So it's not going to keep as long. Just curious to know. Imagine it was considerably less. Imagine it halved it. I'd be very disappointed. It'd be a waste of 20k. We probably should have done it with like 2 bales instead of a whole load. But I don't see it. I can't see it being any different. Just wouldn't make sense. I'm just curious. 43134. Ah, so it is actually better to keep it with the plastic on it. That's 43134. 43134. It's about, I need to work this here, right? Let me get the calculator here. So it is 43921, 43921 minus the 43134. 781 divided by, what was it, 21 on that? Divided by 21. That doesn't make sense. I reckon some of them bales might have been half done. That doesn't make any sense. There's no, that's not a rounded number. Something's not right there. Yeah. 21 bales. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is 18, 19, 20, 21. Yeah. My theory is that one of the bales mightn't have been completed. It might have been ones at the very end, you know, where whenever you're when you're finished, you just eject it out, and it might be only half completed. So I think what we'll do is we'll just keep the wrapping on, because although it is more, the assumption is that we just didn't get as much because there wasn't that much of a bale in it. But just looking at the time there, we are on an episode, so I think what we'll do is we'll end it here. On the next episode I'll just show it with the money up, and then that will be it. We will try, I was hoping to pay back the loan on this here, but just I thought we get most of this here done, but apparently not. So that's that. The grass is growing, so it'll be ready for whenever the snow stops. I've turned snow off, that's the other thing as well, so it shouldn't snow anymore. But it's good to know that as long as you do it in October, I'll write down on a sheet here best times to do grass, and just keep an eye on that, because that is a good way of making money. It's a lot of it is automatic. All you have to do is literally just set the mower to go on 3 or 4 times a year. Then you pick it up with the baler with the windrower attachment on it, and then literally makes the bales, and then all you have to do is go up and down the rows with the wrapping machine, and that's it. It's such a low maintenance task, and you don't have to do anything. It's different with all the other stuff you're waiting on, or like your tractor and all to finish with doing all the stuff up there. You know, with like if you're doing like fertilizing and different things like that, it's just this tractor in use. Whereas this here, all you have to do is just set one tractor on it and go up and down it. Now, a few times I've had to use the small tractor with the front mower. Now it did take longer, it took about an hour or two to do, but it was good to know that I could use that tractor on that while I was busy up there doing something else, and eventually it would have been done. So that's something else that's good. But what I would like to do is pay off the loan first, then get more machinery, replace that tractor with something a bit more beefy, the other tractor, the small tractor, because it's underpowered to the point where it just doesn't run everything, and it's too slow for going up and down hills. It's just, unfortunately, the word is, it's obsolete. It's just not fit for purpose anymore, which is unfortunate because it was such a good tractor. But we're at the point now where we need beefy machines to do all the work, and I'm actually contemplating getting a brand new big massive tractor as well, the biggest one we can get. Actually thinking of getting one of those and using that for up there on the hill, because the tractor that we have, the big one, is good on that hill. It's just sometimes it's too slow, and I would like something with a bit of track power in it. So like the big case, for example, something with a lot of power in behind it, a lot of horsepower for getting up and down those hills very quickly to do the job, because most of the time is spent going up the hills with the tools. So it brings, like, if a tool is an operating speed of say 15 kilometers per hour, we use the big tractor that we have and it brings it down to 11, sometimes even 5 when it's going up the hill. But if you had a beefy tractor, you've got time, so it's just something to think about. In terms of spending money on other things, I haven't anything else really planned. Yes, we would like to get like a cereal factory and stuff like that on grains and have all that planned and buy this here field, but I would like to get better machinery and pay off the loan first. So that is going to be our next priority. So we're going to be replacing the tractor and some of the machinery as well, getting beefy stuff, and then we'll buy some tools. So things like well, we have the fertilizer spreader, but the sprayer I should say, but things like the sewing machine is just, it's going to be used for like things like cotton and all that. And well, cotton, I think what we'll do is we'll leave cotton up there on that field because it's just the easiest, and then these smaller fields will be used for things like sugar beet, because it's flat and it's easier to work with, and then the one behind that could be used things like wheat for making straw and different things like that. So it's just something we'll do. But yeah, so that's it for this here episode. Thanks again for watching. If you have any comments or any suggestions, do drop them down below, or visit Discord channel, it's linked in the description. Follow the Discord channel for the schedule as well as the information board. There you'll be able to see what games I'm playing, as well as when those games are coming out onto YouTube. If you're enjoying the content, do consider subscribing and drop us a like if you enjoy what you see. As you know, it helps show what people are interested in the most, and I'll try and focus on those areas a bit more in the future. But that's that, and there's plenty more to come up, so yeah, do keep watching, and I'll see you in the next one. I would like to give a massive shout out to the channel donators. You help make these videos possible.